All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing our weekly video predictions for next week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. This is for episode 3 now. It is called Humbug's Gulch. Alright, and spoiler warning, if you are not caught up for Fear the Walking Dead, which is up to the second episode for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. So the third episode, called Humbug's Gulch, I had to look this one up because I had no idea what the hell I was talking about, but apparently Humbug is some kind of, it says here Wikipedia, right? Humbugs are a traditional hard-boiled sweet available in the UK, Ireland, South Africa, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. So I had no idea. Flavored with peppermint. I don't know. A gulch, okay, so a gulch is a narrow and steep-sided ravine marking the course of a fast stream. So the environment here. And we can see there's both the preview video, like the promo video that they usually release, and then there's a sneak peek for this one for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 3. So, if you guys didn't see my review earlier, post the review for the second episode, Daniel's Return episode, and the also Radioactive Zombies episode, which I love the episode. Not everybody did. You know, some people are like, oh, you know, it's okay, Trev, and not as good as you're making it sound. I've been enjoying it a lot. I think it's been great, and I enjoy it mostly because I don't know, maybe it's more kind of familiar to me than kind of all the changes that the original Walking Dead has kind of made in the last year and how far ahead it is in the future and everything. So, personally for me, I'm really surprised because there are moments in Fear the Walking Dead where a lot of us, I think, just wanted to quit watching, and maybe some people did. But I'm glad I've kind of stuck with it because I think that even though there's certain characters that have been lost over time, it's maybe just made the other survivors even more important, like characters like Strand and Alycia and Morgan and these and the others that are in Fear. It kind of makes me feel like because Nick isn't there and Madison isn't there and a lot of these earlier characters aren't there, the original Walking Dead has less. Getting to see Morgan, Alycia, and the others in Fear right now, I'm just really enjoying it because it kind of, I guess it's more familiar to me, I think, than than how much some of the other series that I'm a big fan of have either changed or have been canceled and ended or whatever. So just really enjoying it right now. But check out the review if you guys didn't see it. You can hear my thoughts on it. And certainly you can leave a comment below on how you're feeling about it if you've watched the first two episodes, where you're at with it. So the third episode. So, of course, the group is still looking for Althea. The prediction right now for that is that the Commonwealth took her. So we don't know, and that's likely probably the helicopter community or one of the groups of the helicopter community. So the idea is that the Commonwealth might have good parts to it, and it might have bad parts to it. As the Borromene rings are overlapping rings, meaning kind of like a chain. If one part fails, then the whole thing collapses. But basically, in these joint communities of Commonwealth, right? If the soldiers or drones or whatever of the Commonwealth have taken Althea, similarly with what happened with Rick, he was taken to be rescued though and kind of saved and kind of helped. So they helped him, but in this case, Althea, they just kind of took her. So again, there's obviously a mixture here, whether or not the helicopter group is a villainous type of group, or if they're kind of a mix of both. I'm kind of going with the theory right now that the Commonwealth is likely parts of both. Like there's certain communities, like maybe Georgie's community, that is separate from the others in the different circles, right, in the different rings. And part of that, group, I think, is doing experiments on people and taking people against their will and doing stuff like that. So certainly, and not allowing Rick to kind of leave and go back to his original group, even 7 or 8 years later, however long it's been, right? So I don't think they'll find Althea unless they somehow find that small section of a bigger group that's connected to. I think she's probably gone. I don't think they'll find her, but I could be wrong about that one. Again, not spoilers. These are just predictions, and I'm just giving you guys my thoughts on what I'm seeing right now. So the sneak peek doesn't allude. We don't see any characters that look anything like those Commonwealth soldiers wearing all black with the rings on their shoulder and the big helmets on that they've had. But we do see some kind of cool kind of environments here that look like kind of like an old western or something. You can see like tumbleweed going through, which is kind of neat for John, I think, because he's of course like an old school kind of western gunslinger type of character. So it's fun to see that. He mentions in this one that the longer they go without finding Al, the chances of them finding her get less and less, right? So that's something for detectives when somebody goes missing. The longer amount of time it goes until they find that person, the less and less the chances are. And then after a certain point, they actually, legally can declare someone dead if they've been missing for a certain amount of time, a long time. And, of course, as well, too, after a certain couple days or whatever, the chances get really slim that the person is actually even still alive. I do think Alycia is alive. I just don't think they're going to find her because I think she might be going to the movies. We'll see. And that might be right, that might be wrong. Then we have Lucianna here in the promo. So we took action. So there's words and there's action, and we took action. Then you have John. The longer we go without finding Al, the chances of us finding her get less and less. Lucianna, we're getting closer. The roadblocks, they're starting to form up a perimeter. Then you have the western type of view, and John saying, "Hold your fire." Someone's shooting at them, but I don't think it's going to be the person who took Alycia. I don't think it's going to be the Commonwealth soldier that took her, or a helicopter group soldier if you don't agree that they're part of the Commonwealth, and that's fine too. Neither one is confirmed just yet. Only that the helicopter had the borromine rings, which is just the 3 rings symbol, the same as the black suited soldiers had, or drones or whatever, had the rings on them too. So good stuff. So that's for pretty much the promo video. It's basically all we get for that one. You get to see Morgan and the others. Someone has gun at John point, or someone is John at gunpoint. There, and you can see kind of the western buildings and stuff, which is kind of neat. And that's pretty much all there is in the promo. Then we have the sneak peek, which is we've got Morgan. We're coming. Do you copy? And so you have Alycia and Luci, and they're trying to communicate with him. They end up overhearing one of the channels with or the frequencies with the kids on it. So you got Dillon, Annie, and they're talking back and forth. But someone is stalking them. Someone is looking for them. And we don't know who, right? So we don't know who they're afraid of. We don't know what it is. I can see them. They will find us. It's not safe to talk. So there are some other people there that are not necessarily good people. Will one of them turn out to be Dwight? Maybe we can see Dwight pretty soon in episode 3 or 4 or something. Either way, pretty much for the predictions, I'm thinking they're going to bring in some different characters. Eventually this season, they've got to return back to where they were at the group where they were trying to actually help people and maybe take back their home base. Or maybe they'll just find a new home base and decide to kind of move on. We'll see. But either way, I've really, really been enjoying this half season so far. It's only 2 episodes in, so we're just getting started. But it's unexpected for me because, I didn't think I'd really be liking it that much as I actually am. Mostly because it's connected with the movies and because it's so familiar to, what I'm kind of more used to for Fear, and so many other series have changed so drastically. It's a nice kind of change of pace, I guess, to just see something that feels more kind of familiar and has that many kind of forefront characters that I actually do really care about at this point. I care about what happens to Morgan. I care about what happens to Alycia, Strand, Dan, all these different characters, Dwight. And that's really great, because, again, the original Walking Dead series there just aren't that many characters we care about. Daryl, Carol, Judith, Michonne, some of the others, but a lot of the rest of them, Connie and the others, Magna, these are newcomers, right? So we don't have that attachment to them just yet, as we do to a lot of these characters in Fear. Great stuff. So that's it for my predictions video, guys. Let me know what you think is going to happen. Do you think they'll find Alycia? Do you think she's been taken to the Commonwealth, one of the evil communities there, possibly that Rick is at? Do you think that she'll be taken somewhere else? Do you think they'll get her back? And or do you think that there's like Georgie and the good Commonwealth, and then there's the other place that took Rick, which is evil, and how this all connects together? Still predictions right now. None of it is absolutely confirmed, but a lot of it is starting to kind of come together, I think, and start to make more sense. And it's cool that they're putting a lot of this stuff in Fear, because you'd think they'd probably put it in the original Walking Dead series since it's connecting with Rick, but they're not. That's it for this one, guys. We'll see you again soon for another video. Send me your questions for the Q&As for this week. We want to do at least 1 or 2 Fear Q&As. And then we should probably do some more videos for the Walking Dead comics after all the crazy stuff that's been happening there, and other stuff as well, too. So for this one, we'll see you guys again soon for another. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.